Yo guys, Maurice here, Rapid Gamer, and today we're back with some more league racing content for you. This is my secondary league, the DR F1 Racing League, and we're at Singapore in qualifying. So now I'm going to be taking you through my qualifying lap on the medium tyres, because that's the tyres you want to start on so you can do an easy one stop. And I'm going to be taking you through my lap. Got me really high up on the grid. It was a really good lap. So now as we're starting the lap, putting it up into overtake now, and just after the box is where you want to brake and then put the ERS down to medium. And here you want to use first gear for some extra rotation, then short shift up into third gear to get some good traction. And here as soon as you hit the outside curb, that's where you want to brake, and then you get some nice exits and you want to put it back up into overtake. And now here I like to use 7th gear, some engine braking, putting it back down to medium, hooking the curb, using all the track and exit, then using 4th for some more engine braking as well, back into 1st for some extra rotation, getting a little bit of oversteer, but all in all it was alright. And then now back up into overtake. And here what you want to do is we want to hook the inside curb as much as you can so you can get back over onto the track to hook the inside apex for the following corner. And you use 4th gear for some extra rotation here. This is a really tricky braking zone here, and that's get some good exits. So here I want to show you my braking appliances as I use no braking assist. You can see not even using full brake, then I slowly get off the brake. You see I'm using no brake there, just then putting a little bit more back on, then using first gear, then going back on the power and short shift into 2nd gear. If people are using braking assist, you can see that they just go flat on the brake and flat on the throttle when they're using traction control. So that's how you'll be able to see on the display. So coming down to here, just after the 100-meter board, that's where you're on a brake. We're setting a purple middle sector on medium tyres when some people have gone on soft tyres. So here you want to hook this apex, but especially this curb, you want to get over that one as well. And then just before the black box, you want to make sure you hook the first part of the apex, then hook the next part, which gains you a lot of time. Here is just getting a wide entry and then hooking the later part of the corner, and back up into hot lap. Just after the block box is where you want to brake and turn in, and then that is coming across the line. It is at 136.4, putting us P3, which is top of the people who went on medium. Some people decide to start on softs, but really to do an easy one stop you want to be starting on the medium tires. So now starting the race, you can see we had a glitched lobby, so we had to restart the lobby, and we started in P17, and now we're having to do a really big comeback because the custom grid putting people back in their positions didn't work for me. So now we're back already up into P10 from P17, so getting a really good start, trying to go around the outside of the Mercedes ahead, but not quite getting the overtake done. You can see he's opted to start on the hard tyres, so really we need to get past him as quick as possible. So really I'm just trying to put him under as much pressure as possible, as someone tries to send it up the inside, and it was just never going to work, but narrowly avoiding hitting the wall and getting some really bad damage there. But we're up into P10 in the first sector already, gaining about 7 positions, so it was a really good start there. So now I was just focused on trying to get up the pack as quick as possible, because I knew that I had really good pace at this track, race pace especially as well. So I just really wanted to get as high up onto the grid. So now I was just trying to put the guys under as much pressure as possible, getting alongside him there, making a little bit of contact. But honestly, I was just desperate to get past. So now I was thinking of doing a move. So we're going to go down the inside, but not one, but 2 cars, making the move stick, and that is up into P8, and we've made 2 positions, managing just to hold our position, defend it, and that is us now into P8 already before the end of the lap. And that was just a perfect start, and you can see that's one of our championship rivals here. If someone goes off the track, the spins, and that's going to gain us another place. Now we're up into P7 by the end of the lap already, so a really good start, really strong start. Already getting the first warning, but it's a really strong start for us now. And that's one of our championship rivals there, the Ferrari of Logshire. So really I was really wanting to just catch up to him and get past him as well, because it's quite close at the top of the table, so we're trying to climb up. So now we're moving on in the race. There's been a battle going up ahead, so really we're just trying to capitalize on this and try and get through this field as quick as possible, because 3 cars ahead of me, that's another one of my championship rivals who's actually leading the championship as well. So really I was feeling quite strong that that they're all up ahead of me, because I did feel like I had better pace, and he is on the soft tyres I think. So now I'm just fully focused on just staying in the DRS and trying to get past them and pick my moves. As you can see now, they're battling and defending quite aggressively. So now I just didn't want to get any damage, but make sure I do pick my moves properly and try and get past this group as quick as possible. So now you can see Logshar has made a bit of a mistake. He's giving us a right squeeze, so we go down the inside, but then he turns into us and we just about hold the car and hold it out of the wall. But we've gained the place and lost one, so not gained any places, but that is us ahead of our championship rival. But we really didn't need that contact there, as the Mercedes actually outbrakes himself and almost goes into the wall. So we've now got our position back. We're up into P6 and they're still battling up ahead. Yeah, so now it's focused on trying to get up to the Toro Rosso head. He's on the soft tyres, so really his tyres just start to overheat and go off pretty quickly, which is why most of us and I opt to start on the medium tyres, so we can do that easy 1-stop, because they will have to do a 2-stop. You can see using 4th gear for some engine braking, as he also overshoots the corner and gives us a place. And now that is up into P5 in the space of 5 laps, but on lap 5 we have a full safety car already. So you can see that we actually did underfuel the car, because it's so easy to save fuel around this track. So now we're going to decide to pit on the end of lap 5. Pit for the hard tyres, because I thought that they can go to the end. And so now I was feeling pretty confident, because you can see Ozic, that's our championship rival, is pitted for the medium tyres, which will mean you'll have to stop again. So that was making me feel even more confident for this race. Some people have decided not to pit, but they did start on the hard tyres, staying ahead of the Ferrari, so not getting jumped, losing a couple positions, but it shouldn't hurt us too much, as they will have to stop as well and then stop again. So feeling pretty confident in my race pace. I was disappointed that the lobby did glitch though, because obviously I didn't start in my P4 that I started, but now we're trying to get a really good restart and stay as close to the guy ahead. We've got the Renault ahead now. He goes a little bit wide, so now we're going to try and put him under a bit of pressure. He defends, he's slightly defensive, now he goes defensive, so we're going to go round the outside of him, and we managed to make the move stick. And that is also now gaining a place into P7 with our championship rival right ahead of us and behind us as well. So really I was just trying to make sure that the Ferrari didn't come past, but I did think that I had better pace than him. So you can see we're already starting to extend the gap a little bit as well, as I was just praying that they start to battle. And you can see that they actually are battling, so we are gaining on our championship rival head. So he will have to make another stop as he's on the medium tyres. But I just love this track. I think it's a strong track for me. Even though it's a street circuit, I like how it's quite flowing. But you can see it is really hard to overtake, so track position is very key. But the dirt, yeah, is a factor in this game, so it is pretty hard to get close to people as well. You can see using 4th gear for some engine braking, then 1st gear for the extra rotation. And now, as we move on to lap 9 now. We're coming under a bit of pressure from the Mercedes of RPO Egg, who is also on the medium tyres. So he decides to go down the inside of us, but we're not really going to fight it too much, because he will also have to make another pit stop, because he's opted to go on the medium tyres. So really I was just hoping he could drag us up the field a little bit. And you can see now he's trying to get past the, I think that's the Alfa Romeo ahead of RPL Alonso. So now I was just hoping that he could get past them and start to drag me up the field, because he will have the quicker tyres for now, but he will have to make another pit stop. See, almost losing the car there, but really you can see that we're only on minus 0.46 of fuel, so it's so easy to save fuel around this track. And the likes of a safety car are really high, which is why I decided to underfuel the car. You can see they're going wheel to wheel now, so I was just hoping that maybe we could just get past these guys as quick as possible, because we're starting to lose time. You can see they make contact, and that has us gained 2 positions now, and we're up now into P5, still behind our championship rival. So now I was fully focused on just trying to get in the DRS zone of the guy ahead, As you can see, moving on now to lap 10, he's struggling to get past the Ferrari ahead, so that has allowed us to catch back up to him now, putting us in a good place to get some good points and beat our championship rival. And honestly, if I could get a podium this race, I would be really happy with that result, because starting so far down, which was pretty frustrating, but we just kept our head down, and now you can see we're almost in a podium position. So now we're putting on the Red Bull under a lot of pressure now, so really trying to just get past him or force him into an error, as it's so hard to overtake on this track. But you can see now we're so close to him, and we're coming into pressure again from RPR Egg. So now we're going to decide to try and go down the inside of not one but two cars, but we miss our braking zone and just outbrake ourselves, and now we've lost a position there. So a little bit of a mistake from me, just misjudging my braking zone, as I don't have the line on. So now I was just focused on staying in the DRS zone, because I knew that they would still continue to battle. So moving on now to lap 11, you can see there's been contact, narrowly just missing the Ferrari there and getting damaged. So now we have gained 2 positions, and we're up now into P4 with the Mercedes ahead. So really I was thinking their tyres may start to fall off there, as we just actually clipped the wall there, and I was thinking if I did get any slight damage, and I think we did get a slight bit of damage there, but it was nothing too serious. But here now, I decided to not try and fight and defend my championship rival, because I know that he has to pit very soon, and his tyres will start to go off. So really I was just hoping he would just drag me up. I didn't want to you know, fight and ruin my tyres or put more wear on my tyres, because really I was aiming to go to the end. But by the end of lap 15 now, you can see they're starting to pull away, but they're nowhere near a pit stop ahead of me, which I knew was going to happen. You can see now that they're actually starting to battle, and the Mercedes has lost the lead and is now down to P2. So I was feeling pretty confident that if I could just manage my tyres and I had a good consistent pace, I really could get a good result now, as the Red Bull of Ozic has now come into the pits, and we're now up into P2 in this race. So then moving on now to the end of lap 17, you can see now the Mercedes of RPR Egg has also pitted, and we're now up into the lead of this race. P17 into the lead of this race, and yeah, I was just so happy with how the race is going. But moving now on to lap 25, they have pitted for fresh medium tyres, and which means that they will start to catch me up quite a big deal, and they've caught me up now, and the gap is less than a second, only 7 tenths, which means he's now into the DRS zone and putting me under quite a lot of pressure, and our tyres are sort of warm. But I knew that I have good tyre management, so it was a risk I was prepared to take. But looking back at it, maybe I could have pitted with them, but I was pretty confident with the pace that I'm showing that I could hold him off. But really now, I was just focused on staying ahead of him. I wasn't going to make it easy for him to get past. Just trying to use the tyres on the exits of the corners. That's what I'm going to use to try and save my rear tyres, and then on DRS straights I'm going to try and get as good exits possible, as we get a 3-second time penalty for not even going off the track. But I can confirm that penalty does get taken off at the end of the race. And you can see now, going to the first corner, we've just overshot our braking, and we've lost the position to Ozic, almost losing the car again. So I think the tyres there just starting to just slowly deteriorate, because we did pit a little bit earlier than I wanted to, but the tyres are not completely dead now. So we do have the DRS now, so putting up into rich and overtake, trying to just get as close as possible to him. But I don't think that we're going to be close enough to by the end of the straight. So no, we're not going to be close enough. But really I was just praying that we could just hang on to him for an extra lap, as there was still some life left in the tyres. So we managed to stay with him, and now we're still in the DRS zone of him. So now we're pretty much just trying to just get as close as possible for the next straight, the next DRS straight. It was pretty much the best, probably one of the easiest or only overtaking places on this track, if you can get close enough. So now just trying to get a really good exit, putting up into rich and hot lap, and then overtake once he hits 6th gear. We're gaining quite a lot, so now we're going to decide to pull to the inside, but yet again we're just not close enough. And I thought now that was probably my last opportunity, and I was just feeling now pretty disappointed. Maybe I could have held him off a little bit more, but all in all, he didn't pull away too much. It's just that we just could not get closer, as he has that better traction on the medium tires. But to stay with him on these hard tires that we've used for quite a while in the race, which was pretty, you know, I was pretty happy with that. If you did enjoy this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and make sure you hit that notification bell as well to be notified when I put out more content. Peace.